What's going on, ERB sports fans? It is John. I am here on the golf course tonight. It is Sunday night, July 10th. It's about 7:30 in the evening. It's going to be a slow round. To fill the time, I'm going to make a video about some various topics. So stay tuned, folks. Whenever I have a chance, we'll record some takes. Got the National coming up. Got retail sports cards we're going to cover. Got Prism football we're going to cover. Prism basketball. A variety of topics, so stay tuned, folks. Gonna be a fun one. Well, hey folks, topic number one, I'm gonna let these guys in front of me just kind of get some distance. Feel like I'm getting held up on every shot. That's no fun to play. I play really fast, but definitely still a good night for some golf. Really nice weather out. Of course a little dry, but what can you do? It's Indiana, it's summer. So topic number one, retail sports cards. Specifically Topps. This morning on Target, there was a drop of some Target exclusive, maybe not Target exclusive, but the mega boxes for the platinum version, the platinum anniversary of the 2021 class. When you had Hobby come out and you had the light boxes come out, the price points just immediately dropped. They kind of tanked. But the price points on retail come out and they're actually higher on a price per card basis. So my recommendation to folks when they see this sort of thing is just stay away from that retail product. Make the companies sort of drop the price. Have patience. It may or may not pay off, but if they made enough of it, they're going to need to move it. They'll either push it out to stores and people won't know any better, or what they'll end up doing is they'll just have so much of it that I can eventually see maybe some discounts or coupons coming on it in about maybe 3 to 4 months when they just have too much inventory come year end and they just got to start moving stuff. So that was one thing that caught my eye was, normally Target drops on like a Sunday morning are kind of like your baseball, your hockey products. Nothing crazy, but still some fun stuff nevertheless. But this is one I'm just definitely staying away from. Even though I like the product, I would definitely go Hobby or light right now. I would not go that retail route, whether it's a mega or a blaster box. The price per card is just way too high. So stay tuned, folks. Topic number two coming up. When the retail sports cards come out like they did this morning, they've done this the same way with like Series 2, Gypsy Queen, maybe even Topps Series 1. That had Wander in it, so it definitely did have some hype around it, and that sustained itself. But one thing I've noticed is that when you have retail sports cards like this come out, maybe 3 weeks to a month after the Hobby product releases, it seems like the price on the Hobby boxes sort of gets depressed a bit to the point where it actually ends up being a cheaper cost per card and probably a better probability of a hit. So if you're really just chasing hits and trying to find the cheapest cost per card, what used to be really popular with retail with cost per card is definitely not the case right now, especially with baseball. That's one thing I've noticed. Be very mindful of that when you see Topps Chrome release here coming up, maybe in the next month or two. I think Hobby will come out to be blazing hot. You don't know the checklist yet, so that'll be very, very interesting to see how that plays out, whether Torkelson, Rodriguez, Witt Jr. We know Wander's going to be in the product, which will make it popular, but Wander's hurt right now, and that'll definitely depress the interest level, at least in the short term. So be very mindful of that. My prediction on the price per blaster box and maybe mega box on Topps, this is very eye-watering. I could be wrong, but based on what I've seen lately, I think the cost per card is going to be about $1.50 to $1.70, which puts blasters somewhere between $39.99 and $44.99, which is crazy. It might be different. They might actually sustain the $29.99 price point that you saw in Bowman, which will be good, but I'm not expecting that. And then mega boxes, subsequently, I think they're looking at $59.99 for the 50 cards or 45 cards or whatever they end up being, with the X fractors in them. So be very wary of that, folks. Don't go out and buy retail thinking it's the best deal. Right now, it's sort of upside down. If Hobby drops, even if it comes out blazing hot, be patient, be patient, be patient. You can definitely pick up product a month later. I'm noticing right now Series 2, as unpopular as Series 2 was, when it first came out, you had like $80 on the Topps website. You had hobby shops charging $100. I just went into my LCS yesterday afternoon just to check the price, check out some other stuff going on in the shop, see if they had anything different. Didn't end up buying anything, but one of the things I still noticed is that Top Series 2 is $100 for a regular hobby box and $200 for the jumbo. So, but I have seen it as cheap online as like 85 for the hobby and about 180 for the jumbo. And I do think as soon as Topps Chrome comes out, the price is going to sag a little bit. So be patient on that. Don't go out and chase retail on Top Series 2. I'd advise against it with the price increase the way it is. So stay tuned, folks. More content coming up. I'm going to hit the third hole here or fourth hole and see if I can keep this streak going. One other thing I wanted to mention, folks, I'm on the golf course, but that made me think of something. The British Open or the Open Championship is this coming weekend. We haven't done any betting on the channel, so I'm going to take a look at the odds, see if we can't pick the winner there. I saw Xander Schauffele won the Scottish Open today by one shot over a pretty good field, but he kind of struggled today to get any more under par. Definitely looked like the course was playing pretty dry over there. This course is dry as heck too. Stony Creek is my home course in Noblesville, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis. Always like coming here on a Sunday or kind of a weeknight. Try to take advantage of this daylight. Indiana has Eastern time zone, so for us golf fans out there, it's definitely fun to have as much daylight as we can to be able to play golf until almost 9:30 at night. So yeah, Wednesday night I'll try to post a video. Maybe Tuesday, we'll see how it goes, but I'll try to pick maybe my top 5 picks for the Open Championship. See if we can't pick the winner at St. Andrews. Tiger Woods will be in the field. It'll be a fun tournament to watch. Well, folks, been a very rough stretch of holes here. Haven't managed to save par at all, but next topic I wanted to cover while I let these guys still get ahead of me. I thought about maybe going back and playing 4 and 5 again after such a pathetic showing. See if there's anybody coming up on 3. Maybe I could double back. Want to talk a little bit about the National this year. I saw that the National floor layout came out. Looks like there's going to have about maybe 650 total vendors, including corporate. Maybe 600 tables, maybe 50 between the corporate and other entities. Down a little bit from last year. I think last year was close to 1,000, and when it was in Chicago. Atlantic City, though, maybe not as easy to get to as Chicago, but for the East Coasties, it will definitely be an interesting time to kind of see what happens. You got a lot of like Philadelphia, Delaware, DC, Baltimore, New York, that sort of thing. New Jersey, obviously. Still a pretty good show. Still a very big show. 135,000 square feet. If you break that down, that's just the tables. That doesn't include the aisles. So you're looking at probably 4 to 5 football fields worth of space, which is huge. That's massive. Will definitely be a very, very fun time. It'll be my first National. We chose to go to this year's National after missing last year in Chicago. Just schedule didn't work out. Had some stuff going on at home. Son, with scouts and cross country and stuff like that. It just didn't work out. So this year it looks like it will. We'll be able to make that trip by ourselves, leave him with his uncle so he can actually be in school that week and make sure he's training for cross country season as a junior. He's definitely looking forward to that. But why are we really going to the National? Well, one is because we didn't go last year and we're very curious to see what it's like. And I thought it would be a good experience for both of us to take that in. The other reason, I haven't been to the state of Delaware. Now, I know I'm going to New Jersey for the National, but the state of Delaware is a state I haven't been to, and I have a goal of getting to all 50 states. I've been traveling since I was a kid, and I'm only missing 2. I'm missing Delaware and Vermont. So after we go to the National, when we hit the state of Delaware, I'm only going to be missing 1 state before I hit all 50 states. I'm 44 years old. I don't know how much of the population has hit all 50 states. I don't think it's a lot. It's probably like less than 1 or 2% of the entire United States population has been to all 50 states. So whenever I can make it to the state of Delaware after this summer, that'll be my 50th state and we'll celebrate a little bit. Definitely looking forward to that one. Have been wanting to hit all 50 states ever since I got close. There was a point in time where I was like 5 or 6 states away. I was like missing New Mexico, North Dakota, Rhode Island, you know, your Maines, New Hampshire, but I didn't hit Vermont when I made that trip out east to hit those states. So that was really unfortunate. But the National this year being in Atlantic City will afford me that opportunity to hit Delaware as my 49th state visited. Other reasons to go to the National, I'm going to be looking for a couple different players. We're always looking for Steph Curry. Steph Curry is obviously one of our favorite players ever. We used to live near him in the Bay Area. He doesn't know that. Well, maybe he does, because we got to pet his dog at one point and you got to see him taking out his garbage. He doesn't know who the Gebhards are, but definitely was a fun experience for us living in Orinda, California for a couple years, and seeing that we live right down the street from Steph Curry. So there you go. That's the Steph Curry story for you, why we like Steph Curry. So Giannis is another player that we're looking for. Being Milwaukee Bucks fans, being you know, from Milwaukee area originally, definitely looking forward to getting some Giannis in our collection. I got a rookie PSA 8, nothing special, from my brother-in-law a couple weeks ago in our collection finally, so that was fun to make sure that deal went down, and we got one under our belt. So we'll see what that brings. A couple other players, you know, I'm always into kind of De'Aaron Fox. Foxy's one of my guys that I'm really high on this year. I think the Kings with Mike Brown, with the added depth that they added, depending on how he coaches that team, I think De'Aaron Fox could have a very, very good statistical season. I saw a YouTube video the other day. De'Aaron Fox without Tyrese Halliburton in the lineup, ever since they traded him away, De'Aaron Fox was averaging 29 points a game and like 7 assists and almost 5.5 rebounds. So his stats were off the chart. Very, very James Harden-esque. And James Harden's not a great leader. James Harden is definitely not a guy that De'Aaron Fox should model his game after. But stat-wise, I think those two would be very, very similar if you look at Fox this year versus where he was last year after Halliburton left the team, or was traded away. So be very, very curious to see how that plays out. And I cannot really think of too many other players that were really interested. Neither of us really collect football. We're Green Bay Packer fans. Here, I'll show you something. I got Green Bay Packer. You guys can see that. Green Bay Packer head covers. Definitely have been a Green Bay Packer fan my whole life, but I really just don't collect football. I don't open a lot of football product. It's just not my thing. I open a lot of baseball. I open some basketball. My wife really likes basketball products. She likes all forms of basketball, retail products and hobby products. Not the expensive stuff, but the stuff you can afford, and definitely collects singles of players she likes. But I don't think we'll be looking for a lot of football, which is probably good because I'm sure the prices will be high. I think the other thing we're going to have our eye on are some vintage. Being from the Milwaukee area originally, I think we're going to probably look for some maybe Robin Yount, Paul Molitor, players that we grew up watching, really grew up idolizing in the Milwaukee area, who almost played their entire careers for one team. Very rare that you see that anymore. So I think National will be very interesting to see how that comes together with, you know, people traveling from all over the country, even though the cost is really high. So we'll leave it there on the National. I'll try to make a National preview video as time draws closer and see if my thoughts have changed. So I got to keep playing golf. Well, folks, behind me was the scene of the crime. The crime was the first birdie of the day. 6th hole. Only playing 9. Running out of daylight here. But glad I got a birdie. After a couple bogeys in a row on some missed opportunities. Got one back here on 6. It's a good feeling. Let's go ahead and tee shot on 7. Well, folks, final thoughts as we wrap up this little 9-hole round of golf here at Stony Creek in Noblesville, Indiana. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. I'd like to do more of this. I just need to get out to the golf course more. Unfortunately, between work and family and other things going on, I don't play near as much golf as I'd like. Back in 2017 or 2018, I can't remember when it was. All the years kind of blend together. There was a season where I played a shed load of golf. I was gonna swear, but I'll try to keep it PG. Played a lot of golf. Ended up playing 7 rounds of golf in one day. That was a fun experience, and I don't know that I'll do that this year, but I'd like to get out and play at least a couple times a week, maybe twice a week. So final thoughts on the sports card hobby at the moment. One thing I didn't touch on, I would like to make a separate video of this, is the PSA special for the month of July. I think that's very interesting. $18 a card is not that bad, but what'll be interesting to see is who can afford that. You know, because the flip game is really just not relevant right now in many cases. You know, products that release on eBay, stuff still goes for crazy amounts, but there's a lot of shill bidding in that. Let's be honest. My sales on eBay have been way down. They were very hot for like the month of April and May this year, and then they just kind of really crapped out when summertime hit, which is not a surprise because people go on vacation, they're spending their money on other things, you know, like golf, for example, or, you know, family vacations. But it is what it is. Things will pick back up, but in the case of the PSA thing, I'll probably make a separate video for that this week and kind of focus, get my thoughts together, try to sharpen that one up a little bit for what I think is sort of the main takeaway and what might be coming. So anyway, look forward to that. Hope you guys really enjoyed the content on the golf course today. I know this is usually Sports Card Radio's thing. I like golf, so I'm not stealing your idea. It's just a matter of I had people in front of me playing slow. I need to fill the time. Couldn't help but record a video and share my thoughts with you guys so you can enjoy that content and like, subscribe, share, all the YouTube stuff down below. Like I said before, if I hit 1,000 subscribers before the National, I'll go live. We've only got 935 to go. So, you know, that can be done. You know, we got 3 weeks. Can we make up, you know, what, you know, 100 subscribers a day for the next, if we get to 1,000 subscribers by the National, I will go live. I promise you that. That will probably not happen, but it's still a fun goal nevertheless, and will definitely give me something to strive for and continue to be consistent on the content side. And last but not least, I've had this Raycon earbud in this whole time. You guys probably wonder, what in the world is ERB Sports John listening to? Is he listening to like country? Is he listening to rock, metal? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'll give you a 1, 2, 3, time's up. Folks, love me or hate me, I listen to Chris Brown. There's a Chris Brown concert coming up here in Indiana in about a month. I'm gonna go to it. It'll be my 8th Chris Brown concert. Don't hate me. I've always been a fan ever since, you know, he was 17. I'm not saying he's a model citizen by all means. There's a lot of stuff he does that I disagree with. There's a lot of stuff he has done that many people will never go back to him, but the man is one amazing talent and helps me play golf, get the mood going. So I'll leave it there, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one.